Hello, my people. Welcome back to The Healthy Way. If you're watching in Spanish later, welcome to La Ruta Sana too. I'm Dr. Stefan, and today we're talking about pumpkin seeds on an empty stomach and what they actually good for. Not trendy talk, not magical promises, just the kind of everyday, practical food that can quietly support your body in real ways when you use it correctly. Pumpkin seeds look simple, almost too simple, like something you'd snack on without thinking. But when you take them on an empty stomach, you're changing the context. You're giving your digestive system a clean start. You're giving certain nutrients a better chance to be absorbed without competing with a heavy meal. And you're also using the seed the way many traditional cultures used it, especially for the gut, the metabolism, and men's health. Now, let's set expectations. Pumpkin seeds are not a medicine that replaces your doctor. They're not a cure for everything, and you don't need to go extreme. But they can be a powerful tool if you are consistent and if you pay attention to your body. And I want you to listen closely, because I'm going to explain what changes people notice, why they happen, and how to avoid the most common mistakes that make people say, "I tried it and it did nothing." Also, if you're new here, this is your reminder to subscribe, hit like, and share this with someone who loves natural health but also wants real guidance. And I want you to comment where you're watching from. I read the comments. I use your questions to build new episodes, and it helps this community grow. So what do pumpkin seeds do when you take them before breakfast? First, they can support your gut environment. Some people feel less bloating and fewer uncomfortable stomach sensations. Second, they can support a healthier metabolism, especially if you're working on sugar cravings. Third, they can be a quiet ally for men dealing with urinary issues as they age. And fourth, they can support your body's natural defenses by feeding your cells key minerals. And we're going to walk through all of that in a way you can actually use. Because knowledge only matters if it changes your day. Let's get into it. Let's start with the gut, because when people take pumpkin seeds on an empty stomach, the first thing many notice is not a dramatic symptom disappearing overnight. It's subtle. It's the feeling that the stomach is calmer. It's fewer gassy moments. It's less heaviness. It says that sensation that food is moving through you more smoothly instead of sitting like a stone. Why does that happen? Pumpkin seeds carry a mix of healthy fats, fiber, and plant compounds that can be supportive for digestion when your system is not overloaded. If you take them with a huge breakfast full of sugar and fried foods, you've buried them in chaos. But on an empty stomach, you're giving your body a simple signal. Here is something real. Here is something that doesn't spike you. Here is something that can help you feel stable. Now, one of the oldest traditional uses of pumpkin seeds is for the intestinal environment. People have used them as part of routines aimed at reducing unwanted gut guests. I want to say this carefully. If you suspect a parasite or a serious infection, you should talk to a clinician and get proper testing, but as a natural supportive habit. Pumpkin seeds are often used because they contain compounds that may make it harder for certain organisms to thrive. That's why you hear people talk about taking them first thing in the morning. Here's what I want you to do mentally. Stop thinking of your gut like a simple tube. Your gut is an ecosystem. It's chemistry, it's bacteria, it's immune signaling, it's hormones. So when people say, "My mood is better, my cravings are lower, my skin looks calmer," sometimes it starts with the gut. And pumpkin seeds can be a gentle tool that supports that ecosystem. But there are common mistakes. People take too much. Then they get stomach discomfort and blame the seed. Or they buy seeds that are heavily salted, roasted in unstable oils, and flavored with chemicals. Then they wonder why they feel inflamed. If you want the benefits, keep it clean. Choose plain seeds when possible. If you're sensitive, start smaller. If you're not proving strength, you're building consistency. Another mistake is forgetting the basics. If you're not drinking water, if you're sleeping for hours, if you're eating sugar all day, pumpkin seeds are not going to rescue you. They're a support, not a miracle. So the gut benefits are real for many people, but they show up as a calmer baseline. And the calmer your baseline, the easier it is for your body to do everything else, including regulating inflammation, managing energy, and keeping your digestion steady throughout the day. Now, let's talk about minerals, because this is where pumpkin seeds quietly shine. People chase expensive supplements and ignore a food that has a strong natural package of key nutrients. Pumpkin seeds are known for minerals that support nerve function, muscle relaxation, energy production, and overall metabolic stability. And when you take them on an empty stomach, some of these nutrients may be easier for your body to notice because your blood sugar ice and tea bouncing around yet. Many people wake up already stressed. They check the phone, the mind starts racing, cortisol rises, and then they drink coffee on an empty stomach and wonder why they feel anxious. I'm not telling everyone to stop coffee. I'm telling you to build a foundation before you stimulate your nervous system. Pumpkin seeds can be part of that foundation. Some people report feeling more steady, less jittery, and more grounded. This connects to cravings too. When your minerals are low, your body sometimes searches for quick energy, and that often shows up as cravings for sweets or breads. If you start your day with something that supports your nutrient status, you might notice fewer intense cravings later. Not because the seeds are magic, but because your body is less desperate for quick fixes. There's also the muscle piece. Some people get leg cramps, tension headaches, tight shoulders, or that restless body feeling at night. Again, not everything is minerals, but minerals matter. The body uses them for nerve signaling and muscle contraction and relaxation. If you're deficient, you might feel it. And foods like pumpkin seeds can help fill gaps in a way your body recognizes. Now, I want to be responsible here. If you have kidney disease or you're on specific medications, you should be careful with mineral intake and consult your clinician. Natural does not mean risk-free for every person. It means we use it wisely. Another important note is quality and digestion. Some people have trouble with seeds because of the fiber and fat combination. If you're one of those people, you can soak the seeds or chew them very well. You can also start with a small amount and build up. If you swallow them fast like a pill, don't be surprised if your stomach complains. Your digestion starts in your mouth. So when someone asks, what are pumpkin seeds good for on an empty stomach? Part of the answer is simple. They provide your body with steady nutrients that support the nervous system, the muscles, and the metabolic engine. And that can show up as better energy, calmer mood, and fewer cravings. Not overnight, but over time. Let's go deeper into blood sugar and metabolism, because this is a big reason people like pumpkin seeds in the morning. When you eat something that is mostly refined carbohydrates, your blood sugar rises fast. Then insulin rises fast. Then you crash. That crash makes you hungry again, and the hunger doesn't feel calm. It feels urgent. It feels like you need something right now. This cycle is one of the most common reasons people feel tired, moody, and stuck with cravings. Pumpkin seeds are different. They're not a sugar bomb. They're more balanced. They contain fiber and fats that can slow digestion. So when you take them on an empty stomach, they can help you start your day with a stable signal rather than a spike. And stability is the foundation of better metabolic health. If you're trying to lose weight, the goal is not starvation. The goal is better regulation. And regulation means you can go through your day without feeling controlled by cravings. Many people who add a small amount of seeds in the morning say they feel satisfied longer. They don't reach for snacks as quickly. They don't feel as shaky. Again, not because the seeds are a miracle, but because they help the day start differently. Now, if you have diabetes or prediabetes, you should treat this as supportive, not as your treatment plan. Monitor your blood sugar if you track it. Pay attention to how your body responds. And if you're on medication, continue your medical plan. But as a food habit, pumpkin seeds can fit into a supportive approach because they don't push sugar up aggressively. There's also an inflammation angle. Many metabolic issues are tied to inflammation, and inflammation is often worsened by constant sugar spikes and processed foods. When you improve stability, inflammation often calms down. People might notice less swelling, less puffiness, and a better overall feeling. But let me be honest. If you eat pumpkin seeds and then you follow them with a breakfast full of pastries, sweetened coffee, and processed meats, you're canceling the benefit. Can't out-supplement a lifestyle. The seeds are a tool. The pattern is the power. So here's a simple mindset. Pumpkin seeds on an empty stomach are a gentle way to tell your body, today we start steady. Today we build stability. Today we support the system instead of shocking it. And when you repeat that enough times, your body responds. Your energy becomes more predictable. Your mood becomes less reactive. And your appetite becomes less dramatic. Now we need to talk about men's health because pumpkin seeds have a long history here, and many people still use them for this reason. As men age, it's common to see changes in urinary patterns. The stream may feel weaker. The need to go at night may increase. The bladder may feel like it never fully empties. These symptoms can be frustrating, and they can affect sleep and quality of life. Pumpkin seeds are often used as a supportive food for prostate comfort. People associate them with helping the prostate stay calmer and less irritated. Again, we're not claiming they treat or cure medical conditions. If a man has serious symptoms, he should be evaluated. But as a daily supportive habit, pumpkin seeds can be a smart addition. Why might they help? There are plant compounds and healthy fats in the seeds that support normal tissue function. There are also minerals that support hormonal balance and circulation. And when you take them consistently, especially in a simple routine like taking them on an empty stomach, it's easier to notice changes over time. Some men tell me, I sleep better because I'm not waking up as many times to use the bathroom. Others say the urgency feels calmer. Some just feel less discomfort. Not everyone gets the same result, and it depends on lifestyle factors, hydration, inflammation, and overall health. Also, men's health is not just the prostate, it's circulation, it's energy, it's recovery, it's hormones. If your diet is highly inflammatory, if you're drinking heavily, if you're not sleeping, and you're sitting all day, you're creating pressure in the wrong direction. Pumpkin seeds can support, but the full picture matters. Let's also talk about women, because women benefit too. The minerals and healthy fats support overall hormone balance. And some women find they feel more stable in energy and mood. But the prostate topic is unique to men, so I want to address it clearly. If you're watching and you have a husband, a father, a brother, or a friend who complains about nighttime bathroom trips, this is a conversation worth having. Not with pressure, not with fear, with practical support. Better hydration earlier in the day, less alcohol, less sugar, and a simple habit like pumpkin seeds can be part of that supportive routine. And if you're finding value in this video, take a second to subscribe, comment, and share. It helps this channel reach people who need clear, calm health guidance. Let's talk about immunity and inflammation, because this is where people often get confused. They hear that a food supports immunity and they imagine it makes them invincible. That's not how it works. Immune health is about balance. It's about your body being able to respond when needed and calm down when the threat is gone. Chronic inflammation is when the system stays irritated and reactive. Pumpkin seeds provide nutrients that your immune system uses to function properly. When you're low on key minerals and healthy fats, your immune system may not operate smoothly. You may feel run down, you may recover slower. You may feel like your body overreacts to small stressors. Supporting your nutrition doesn't guarantee you never get sick, but it improves resilience. Inflammation also shows up in the skin. Some people notice that when their nutrition improves, their skin looks calmer, less dryness, less irritation, better overall tone. Again, this is not a promise. It's a pattern people observe when they stop relying on processed food and start supporting their body with real, nutrient-dense options. Pumpkin seeds also contain antioxidants and plant compounds that support the body's ability to manage oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is one of those terms people hear but don't understand. Think of it as wear and tear inside the body. When you reduce that internal stress, the body often feels younger and more capable. Now, if you take pumpkin seeds on an empty stomach and you feel nauseous or uncomfortable, your body may be telling you to adjust the amount or the timing. Some people do better taking them after a small sip of water. Others do better taking them with a small piece of fruit. The concept is still that you're taking them early, when your system is not overloaded. And one more important thing. If you have allergies to seeds or you have a condition that affects digestion of fats, be cautious. Your body's signals matter more than a trend. Natural health is not about forcing your body. It's about listening and responding wisely. So the immune and inflammation benefits are not flashy. They are steady. They are the kind of support that builds in the background while you live your life. And over time, you may notice you feel more resilient, less reactive, and more balanced. Now let's bring it all together with the practical routine, because this is the part that makes the difference. People want a clear way to do it without turning it into a complicated project. The simplest way is to keep it consistent and keep it realistic. If you want to try pumpkin seeds on an empty stomach, do it as a small morning habit. A small handful is enough for most people. You don't need to eat a mountain of seeds. More is not always better. If you overdo it, you may get stomach discomfort, and then you'll quit and say it didn't work. The goal is consistency. Pay attention to how you feel over 7 days. Then, over 14 days. Do you feel less bloated? Are cravings calmer? Is energy steadier? Are you sleeping better? Are you noticing fewer bathroom disruptions at night if you're a man with those symptoms? These are the types of changes people report. Now, there are 2 things that amplify the benefit. One is hydration. If you're dehydrated, digestion and circulation will struggle no matter what you eat. Start your day with water and you're already supporting the system. The second is reducing sugar. If you keep the sugar spikes, you keep the inflammation. If you lower sugar, you give your body space to respond to supportive foods. Also, choose quality. Seeds that are heavily processed and overloaded with salt are not the same. If you love the flavored versions, fine. But understand they're not the cleanest approach for a morning routine focused on health. Keep it simple if your goal is a clean signal to the body. Now let's address the empty stomach part. Some people interpret that as strict fasting, and then they add coffee and nothing else. That can be harsh for many bodies. Empty stomach doesn't mean punish your stomach. It means you take the seeds before a heavy meal when digestion is fresh. If you need to eat breakfast soon after, that's fine. And if you want a stronger effect from this habit, pair it with calm movement. A walk after breakfast. Gentle stretching. A few deep breaths. Stress management is not optional. Stress changes digestion, hormones, and blood sugar. The calmer you are, the better your body uses the nutrients you give it. We're at the end, and I want to leave you with a clear message. Pumpkin seeds on an empty stomach are not a miracle cure. They are a small, daily practice that can support your gut, your metabolism, your minerals, your immune balance, and for many men, prostate comfort. The power is not in doing it once. The power is in doing it consistently while respecting your body. If you're the kind of person who tries something for 2 days and quits, you'll never know what your body could have done with steady support. Give it a fair test. Pay attention. Keep it simple. And remember that the best natural health habits are usually boring. They don't feel dramatic. They feel stable. And stability is what health looks like. Now, if you felt like this video helped you, I want you to do 3 things before you leave. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episodes on practical natural health. Comment and tell me what you want to improve most right now. Digestion, energy, cravings, sleep, or inflammation. And share this video with someone who keeps hearing about seeds and superfoods, but wants an explanation that actually makes sense. And here's the extra reminder. If you have a medical condition, if you're on medications, or if you have symptoms that worry you, don't use food as a way to avoid proper care. Use food as support while you get the guidance you need. That's how we keep this responsible and truly helpful. Thank you for spending your time with me. This is Dr. Stefan, and you're watching The Healthy Way. If you're joining us in Spanish, this is La Ruta Sana. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, keep it simple, keep it consistent, and treat your body like the long-term home it is.